Today we are going to be making a graph about severe weather data, and we're going to be using Excel just like we did last week. So on Edmodo you have your assignment and in your binders, and we're going to be using two different websites, and they're from the National Weather Service. Eventually our graph will end up looking something like this. So let's get started. So open Excel and type in the following cells. Wrap the text or change the box sizes if necessary. So let's open Excel, and in A1 it tells us to put the summary of hazardous weather damage. So in A1, summary of hazardous weather damage. And then in B3, I'm going to type fatalities. In B11, I type the same thing. In C3, I type injuries. And the same thing down here. Then D3 and D11 are property damage. And then in millions. See how it's kind of going all the way out of the box? We're going to make this a little bigger. Maybe that big. And then in the box, you go up here to the wrap text button, put in the middle. Then we're going to do the same thing here with crop damage in the millions. Okay, and we have to wrap the text for this box. Let's make this a little smaller. And then in F3 and F11, we're going to do total damage in the millions. And sometimes you have to click out of the box to be able to click back into it. So, put that in the middle. Make it smaller so it fits. I want to put these all in the center just to make it look nice. And so because we want the same things down on the 11 line, I'm just going to copy it, Control C, and Control V, and there you go. So what you're going to do next, you're going to open the website. Severe weather data by state is going to be your first one, and the page that should come up looks something like this. So you're going to choose 5 different states, and one of them has to be California. So let's just start with California. Here it says California, the number of fatalities, right? Number of injuries, property damage, crop damage, and total damage. So we're going to take these numbers and put them in our spreadsheet. So let's see, it says California has 14 fatalities and 41 injuries. So here I'm going to write California had 14 fatalities and 41 injuries. The property damage was 87.66. The crop damage was 440.36, and the total damage was 528.02. So after you do California, you're going to choose 4 other states. It could be any state, but it can't have all zeros. And what I mean by all zeros is a state like the Lake, which is obviously not a state. Massachusetts, oh, they have stuff. Let's find another one. It has to be something that has numbers in every category, okay? And it has to be a place in the United States. The Virgin Islands don't really count. Hawaii waters, Puerto Rico. We're looking at the 50 continental states. Okay, so we're going to start with that today, and we'll work on the graphs tomorrow.